Basically, I was working all my life in insurance,
I'm also from a very heavily focused production area.
a very high quality product, especially for babies.
The thing that we wanted to sell,
It's also good for children, babies.
but before that, there were a lot of struggles.
Just doing more research, and trying to find a way. Okay,
Did you do any testing to ensure that people actually paid for it?
I need to get investment, so I will get investment.
So they don't charge you based on traffic to the product page. Today, I have a very special guest, Eric. Eric is from Peru. He lives in London, and we actually met last week in the park. And I met him, and I found an inspiring story here. He owns a brand in London that's been growing a lot. But before that, there were a lot of struggles. So, Eric, welcome to the podcast. Please tell everyone who you are, what you started.
Perfect. Thank you, Eduardo. It was a pleasure to meet you last week. I think it was a nice coincidence. Actually, my baby was looking at you, and then it was quite nice to start sharing some thoughts. And then suddenly the conversation started. So basically, I'm Eric. I'm from Peru. I came here to study an MBA to the UK. I studied in Manchester Business School, which actually you are as well alumni
Yes,
from.
yes.
That's
Amazing. We share the same past in terms of studies.
meant to be. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Basically, I was working all my life in insurance, but at the same time, I enjoy so much doing new ideas. And that's the reason why when I was working insurance for more than 10 years, I decided to start doing a little projects in terms of the food industry because I found very innovative. And that's the reason why I have a land in the south of Peru in Arequipa. It's a beautiful place from my dad's family. And that's why we decided to grow quinoa at that time. But that was back in 2012 when quinoa wasn't too popular, especially in Europe. And that's how we started. We did the first grow. It was really important for us, and the harvest was really critical because it was the same time of the International Year of Quinoa, and the raw material prices they went up. And that's how we start. And then the next step was, okay, I have this amazing ingredient. What type of product I should do? And that's why I went to retailers and I found like a gap in the market in terms of nutrition. And
Okay.
quinoa is so good for children, babies. And that's why I got the idea, oh, it would be great actually to develop a product for baby for children using quinoa. So
Mm.
my dad, he's a chemical engineer.
Okay.
My mom, she love cooking, and actually we start doing our purees at home. That's how we started. We started preparing, combining this with that, and avocado, the pineapple, different formulas. We went to a small event in Peru where different parents went there and they found the product and they really enjoyed. Oh, where are you selling this product? Oh, no, this is just this is a family business.
Okay.
And that idea for me was like a game changer because wow, if I were able to produce this, I think this is a quite nice thing to do. And then this could be a good brand, a good product that can be not only in South America, can be in different parts of in the world. And then the challenge came, okay, but where I should produce it because it's for babies, the regulations, and I will start doing more research. And basically, my solution was, you know what, if I want to do this, the only place that I would be able to do is, to produce in Europe because based on the research, all the regulations, accreditations was in Europe, and that's how it started. That's why I pushed to study in the UK. I came to the UK. I got scholarship, and the university really liked my profile. And then the whole university basically, was working on this idea of develop this type of product. And then when you start something, suddenly things start to happen. You meet someone, and the networking here in UK is actually very vibrant, especially in London. So that's how it started, and we developed the brand Little Inga, which is an innovative brand focused on cognitive development, gut health, to nurture the optimal development for babies. So that's the main thing, and that's how we started actually, and of course all the journey.
That's amazing. So, just to clarify, to make sure that everyone heard well, the name is Little Inca. It's something that I checked out the website, by the way. I love the title. Approved by
Mhm.
babies, tested
Yeah,
by scientists. So
yeah,
like, spot
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
Really nice. And I think, I mean, coming from similar areas, I'm also from a very heavily focused production area.
Mm.
Oh, that quality is such an important thing when it comes to food. Not everyone today produces, as high the quality as we would like it to be. So you know having the control over your crops because you own the quinoa lands, knowing what's going into the food makes a huge difference, right? It's something you can live by. You know you can defend it because you know where the food is coming from.
Exactly. I think that's the main thing, and we be very careful to work it out in the supply, in the raw materials. You know exactly what ingredient, you know exactly what type of analysis we need to do, and that's something that we've been working really hard. And that's I think one of the hardest parts of developing a very high quality product, especially for babies. Regulations is quite high. So we started using quinoa as a main ingredient, which it wasn't too common to use here in Europe. It started to get quite well known, and that's something that our Peruvian expertise using that crop and also in the production level help us to actually leverage that knowledge to get it here with the manufacturers to start teaching them, okay, how we work it out on this. This is the way that we need to produce, and that's something that we work hand to hand and works really well. We found a really good manufacturers in Europe, and we work together to develop the recipes and to develop different type of range of products. Now we have 6 months plus and 7 months plus as well. We're working towards 12 months plus as well, but that's very critical and very authentic, I would say, because you can find products that have quinoa and they can put on the label, oh, this is quinoa and so on. But at the end of the day, when you check the label, you turn the label, you see, oh, quinoa just 1 or 2%.
Mm.
Quinoa. So then that's something that makes you think. That's why one of the main reasons that our product is different is that we really, really try hard to get as much as possible high quantities because we know the benefits that you can get. We know that quinoa is amazing in terms of complete protein, all the 9 essential amino acids, fiber, have iron, have zinc, very important micronutrients to support as well the gut development. So all these things, we work it out really hard. We work with Innovate UK as well, got grants, we work with Quadram Institute, one of the most well-known, respected innovation centers in the UK. We've been working with them, and they did a research. They analyzed all our products. That's why we have our motto saying, "Oh, this is actually endorsed by scientists," because they did the test. They actually review one product by product. They review all the analysis, and that was after the production. So that's something that for us is checkbox in terms of quality, and that's why we are quite confident about the quality of the product, because that's the most important for the parents at the end of the day.
That's amazing. So it's a long process, and as you mentioned, the regulations in Europe are really strict. So having to navigate all of this, I can imagine it's extremely difficult. Let me go back a little bit. So you are in Peru before you come to Manchester. I love the story, by the way, that you started
Yeah.
somehow with your dad and your mom. That's amazing. And when you started doing the first research, it was when you went to the first event where people were, I guess, trying food around, and you were one of the.
Yeah, so it was like actually an event for families. So it
Okay.
was some food, different games for families and children and babies and so on. I know the organizer, and actually I got a small stand there.
Okay.
Then basically we produced some batches in our home, and I brought it in the bags and in a small container, and I put that this is fully natural. Printed a banner explaining the benefits of quinoa, of this product. If you eat this product, you will receive these benefits, and very simple messaging. At that time, I didn't have any marketing experience. For me, that was the first thing to occur to me. Okay, someone want to buy the product, what they need to know about my product, and that's how we started explaining more about the product, in the first place. And then when the parents came, first actually the children came to our stand, and then basically they reviewed the product and they like it. Oh, what is this? And then the parents came. "Oh, what is it? No, it's oh, really? Oh, okay." So it was very different than any other type of food. And for me, that was, wow, this is actually interesting. I mean, I would say that here they like this type of product or the taste. Maybe in another part they will like it as well. And that's why I started thinking, okay, how I can develop this and start searching different type of factories. And one of the important things is that there is a new type of technology, let's say, to work it out in the type of convenience type of product, but maintaining the high quality. Found that mainly in Europe that they have that type of technology.
Mm.
But also, for me, it was more important to have all the regulation in place. But that was the first idea when I was in that event, thinking, "Oh wow, I think that this might work."
Hmm.
For me, that was enough, to be honest, just to know what the parents would think and the children would think about the product. And then basically after that day, I was just thinking, okay, how I'm able to do this? But I was working insurance, so my time was quite limited. So I was using my time, lunchtime or weekends, just doing more research, and trying to find a way. Okay, how I'm able to do this? I started actually contacting people, and I found some companies that are contacting to build my network, and that's how actually all this started. And once I arrived here to well, first I quit my job. As soon as I got a letter from the university, with the acceptance letter, I quit my job. And when I moved here, I started doing research, went to retailers to find, okay, there is a product with quinoa here. And to my surprise, I saw different type of ready-to-eat meals with quinoa, very high price, because quinoa was quite started to become the new trend. It's quite started to become more popular and more popular. And actually, that's the main reason why, the parents think that this is good. Maybe they don't know exactly what is the actual benefit. But if they think that they are good for them, probably they will think that it's good for their babies as well. So, and that was my reasoning, and that's why I started pushing on the whole MBA to develop this idea.
Amazing. So you did validate it in Peru. There was obviously positive feedback coming from kids and also parents.
Yes,
And
yes,
that gave you like a obvious reason to get started. Some people, I think this is a very important, it happened to me as well. Sometimes we think that people want to buy something, we build it before actually just validating the idea. We go all the way through to build it to launch, and then we realize the
you
thing
go
that we
backwards.
thought, yeah, the thing that we wanted to sell was
Yeah,
actually something we would buy, but not everyone else. So it was, I guess, a really pivotal point for you to understand exactly what they also wanted, right?
yeah, yeah. The critical thinking process was first. What will parents will think? Because before that, I was doing some ideas about quinoa, and then for me, it was very exciting doing quinoa oil, for example. So it was, wow, that sounds interesting because there's avocado oil. Why not quinoa oil? And I know that you can get actually oil from quinoa. But you think about it, then I hire a professor from the university. Quinoa is very small, right? It's very small grain. So how much grain do you need in order to take out 1 liter of oil? I started to do different ideas and to know, okay, which one actually can work in terms of production, in terms of consumer validation, for example. So that's something that was working, and I didn't know which one. That's why I was doing a lot of research. But once I did the initial recipes at home, and once I went to the event, and
People,
then people got it. Oh wow! Oh, that has quinoa. Oh, that must be good for my baby.
mm,
Okay,
the rest of products that you developed were like, there is no demand. So I just focus on the thing that has demand.
so I focus on that idea, and that was just an idea. And then I think ideas are great actually, but the execution, that's 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 the hard part. The ideas I think is great. You can have ideas. It's not easy to have some ideas, I would say, but the execution and how you make sure that this is actually a viable and scalable at the same time. That's
I
the
think
part.
I think I have a really important I think no, I do have a very important question here. So we've seen, I mean, I've talked to a few people and they many say sometimes, I did speak to customers. They said they liked it, but when I built it, no one bought it. So execution critical, right? So you need to know the feedback, you need to implement it. But between getting the feedback from the customer and the execution for your product, I mean, it's a thing that requires manufacturing. It needs to be imported from Peru. So the capital is really big. How did you feel? How did you make sure that the feedback they gave you was strong enough to be able to sell it in the UK? Did you do any testing to ensure that people actually paid for it? What did you do to make sure that, whenever I launch this, there's going to be a demand waiting for it?
Well, actually, there is no answer for this, to be
Mm.
honest. I think I was thinking on that I have this positive feedback, and then this will be the same here in the UK. At the end of the day, you don't know. That's the
Mm.
point. And then you need to, or in my case, what helped me is to have a really good team
Yeah.
that believe in your idea, and actually that idea so strong that you actually believe that this will, I think that this idea is strong enough, and I will pursue it and I will push it until I will share this food, because I believe that this is good for the babies, it's good for the parents, it will help them in the winning journey. It needs to be very strong. That's why when my particular case, when I started this project, you didn't know I was the emotion and the confidence was really, really on top. It's still now, to be honest, it's still now, but I would say, but in the different stage, I would say, because it's first, oh, I need to get investment, so I will get investment, and but you don't know. No, I will get investment in 2 months, but at the end of the day, you don't know, and that's the unknown that is so critical to navigate. And at the end of the day, I think that's the part that makes the difference. The unknown. If you can navigate through the unknown territory, and at least know something that could could happen, and you might have a good direction, and you have this gut instinct to say, you know what, I will try it, and maybe it work, and maybe it won't work. And in our case, some days work, some days didn't work. For example, we finished production December 2019. Great, we got production, we got a distributor already, amazing. And then we brought a product. We prepared the launch. It was in February or March, and then the pandemic came. Boom. So the distributor that we had, they said, no one answered the phone, guys. We're knocking the doors to all the retailers. No one answers the phone. Everyone is busy in the current product. So even though you have, let's say, all the parts check, production check, your website check, you have distribution and so on, you need to bear in mind that there's external factors that could happen, and it's not in your hands. And that's the unknown. And what you do. And the only thing to do is how we keep going and how we make sure that we can keep. Then we manage. We know what the only channel that we can work actually is Amazon and our website. Let's focus on this one. And then at the end, once we build a strategy to focus on this one, and then you have these constraints about capital, because it's the pandemic. You need to take care of the cash is king. All these important aspects, not to overspend on this, how to make sure you don't overspend on this, on that. So it was critical period for all type of businesses. Turns out that online started to get quite well, actually, at least for us at the beginning, just to get this initial feedback, because we didn't know if the parents would like it or not. Because of course we did some tests like in Peru. Also, once we got some samples, we did some trials with some parents. The parents actually like it. The baby actually like it. But once you launch, it's like okay, that's the truth, right? But
Reality.
will buy it or not will buy it, and we didn't have so much marketing budget. And the small budget that we had, actually, we just tried to do some PR, like some magazines that we found. A PR company that they were helping us when we did the launch on Amazon. That was quite helpful, actually. But to be honest, the main thing that, even though we didn't have big budget, and we used some budget to work on this, and then and later I was doing this by my own, actually. So at the beginning we hired this agency. Basically, they were contacting different moms, like different networks in terms of quantity, like, I don't know, 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, something like that. And then basically the whole idea was, okay, we'll give you the product for free. Try it. If you like it, do a post, do a story, and talk about Little Inca. And the positive that we have from all this was really interesting, because we found that parents actually enjoyed the brand, they enjoyed the story, they really liked the product. The babies, they were trying the product. So stories were like, okay, it's dinner time. I'm with my baby. I have this new product with me. So let's see if my baby will like it or not. Okay, this is, and for us, this is, oh my God, maybe we'll eat it.
Is the kid deciding your future?
Exactly.
Maybe.
Once we started doing this with some parents and we got that feedback on the video stories, that's when people started, oh, what is this brand? And they start sharing. And then it was pandemic, they created this hashtag share the love. Share the love. What was the name for new brands or what was it? I think it was share the love to business. But the moms community actually they created this hashtag and they were sharing, share the love, and that was great for us because some moms they did different testimonials. So at the end, because we were quite in terms of marketing spend, we were quite constrained, and then we stopped in a sense that type of budget. But then because I already got a contact with moms, I was doing all this. I was packing the packaging. I was doing letter for moms. I was going to the post office. I was sending the boxes to all the moms. And I got a point where I have 100 moms, ambassadors, and I was dealing with them to send in boxes and to check, okay, please send this on this week, please create a post, create this story. So I was very active doing all this
Oh.
on my own. It was, and for me, that was so important because I was talking with moms all the time talking with moms all the time. And then at the end of the day, we got such a good content, like a picture of babies, and especially the testimonials. So I have an amazing testimonial from a mom that the baby didn't sleep well because the baby suffered with severe allergens, for example. And our product is dairy free. We don't have gluten because we have quinoa. And then she did a very genuine testimonial saying, look, parents, I was trying this product with my baby. She really liked it, but it's gluten free. I didn't find much product without gluten and it has protein because quinoa, and my baby liked it and she started feeling better. She started sleeping a bit better. So all this type of message that for our parents is such a good relief because the parents are worried if the baby doesn't eat, if the baby if for any reason need to go to the hospital or simple stuff, baby can't sleep because it has constipation and all these issues. We were actually helping parents, and that's something that the brand started to get more visible, and we start building awareness with parents community. That helped us quite a lot, and because our Amazon sales started to go up because we start building more connection. For example, I did some campaigns, 10% discount on Amazon, and I shared that post to all the moms communities. So all the moms communities was sharing to all the network this discount. And then I saw immediately how my Amazon sales started to go up because basically the parents start sending this message to their own network. So that was really helpful. And because we got that data, we were able to pitch to Whole Foods markets, for example.
Oh.
And then once we pitched to Whole Food markets, they really liked the brand, and then we got the listing in Whole Foods. So this year started really difficult, but at the end of the day, I think helped us to build more momentum and to be more resourceful in the sense that we use all our resources in the sense that okay, how we can work on this in order to get these results. So that was the main lessons on that difficult year, I would say, that helped us to navigate through this unknown territory. Then once we launched in Whole Foods, then it started to get better, and then we found a bit of the German market as well that we tried to launch, and we launched some product there, and then we're pushing the market, but still, the pandemic comes out. It's like it took time in order to that the brand is more recognized for parents. So that's how it started actually.
I mean, you have it well deserved, Eric. We haven't really discussed this. We can do maybe a bit later because I have some questions here, but people need to know how many months it took you after graduation to move needle because you were looking for investment. You had to sleep at friends' houses.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something before because I'm very interested as well on this, and that way we can stay on topic. So word of mouth was critical, right?
Yes.
Apparently like the moms liking the product, you building an amazing product, doing a really, obviously all the testing, everything that had to
Yeah,
be done
exactly.
to build something that you really believed in, and also making sure that the moms liked it, and all that feedback that you got back from them, would you then implement it back? Would you improve the product? And my second question regarding word of mouth, you mentioned communities.
Hmm.
Do you have any recommendations on which communities you worked on? Facebook communities, Reddit, any offline communities, networking?
Well, basically, in terms of the communities, we work with there is different moms group here in the UK, and there are different type of moms that they do like this type of coffee events, that kind of things. We work with them actually at the beginning. There are also other groups like Moms Net, which is one of the biggest moms group in the UK. But you need to invest on this to be part of it. What we did was more organically. I was contacting moms directly on Instagram.
On Instagram.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, on Instagram, and then I created a community on Instagram. And the moms, they were inviting more moms. So basically, I have an agreement with some moms. Look, please, can you be our mom's ambassador? Yes, perfect. Part of the program is that you need to invite 5 more moms, and they were very active, bringing more moms, and that's why I speak with 10 moms, and then after a week, I have 20 moms because each of the mom brought one more mom, and that mom really want to try the product, really want to share. And I was sharing the story, how this started, and oh, Eric, I love this, how it started as a family, because they are new parents, they're forming a new family. So they like that authentic story. And that's how it started. And that's why we started developing this community with moms. And turns out that some moms actually they are paid influencer, but because they like the brand, it was a new brand, they were helping me. And basically, I found a mom that have like a 200,000 followers, for example. And she said, "Look, Eric, I charge for this normally, but I will do some stories, I will do some posts for you. Oh, thank you so much." And then I'm just giving her more products. And that's how start building my own community, and that's actually one of the things that I was doing. But I was spending most of the time talking to moms and doing boxes and sending and doing letters, and even we got a good idea because the brand itself, there is a hat that a little Inca have in the label. So we are able to produce that hat in Peru, in Cusco, actually. And
Okay.
we're using baby alpaca. And
Oh,
they produce this, and we brought it here to the UK. And that's a good merchandising, and especially in Christmas, because here it's very cold. And I selected 20 moms that they actually really, really helpful. And I sent we printed like a nice letter. We printed the picture of the babies actually with the comments. Oh, thank you for helping us, and a nice, touching letter. And we sent to all the moms. And wow, the reply was just unbelievable. We got such a good content from all the moms that they were actually so happy that we gave her this very high quality hat for them, and they were posting on Instagram. So that's why we started to create a community actually.
that's amazing. When you say brand ambassadors, like, so you would contact them via Instagram. You said you saw that they were really active, so you would decide them to be brand ambassadors, right? So what does it mean to be a brand ambassador? Do you get any special offers or just for?
Yeah, so they got like a product discount. I gave her product for free as well. And in return, they can help us to do different posts, different stories, or some testimonials as well. Testimonials actually were really helpful because it was the voice of the mom,
Yeah.
and the voice of the mom is so powerful, to be honest, in this category. And we have good videos from moms sharing this, and even some dads as well. We got some dads talking
Oh,
about it.
okay.
That was actually new for us. So we've been very involved with doing that with with parents to create this community. But then, once we start growing more and more and more, you know, time is quite critical, and then you need to balance what you need to do first. And then at the end, we start working with different people to help us on that part. But that's still our core part to develop this type of community, and that's something that we are now investing more to build even more, to do, for example, activations, or to do pop up. Then we share this with more moms, but that's something that is a pillar in our brand.
Amazing. I love that you went straight into the decision maker in the house, in the household, the mom, right? I mean, in the end, when it comes to babies, they know best.
Yeah.
On average, I would say. That's amazing, Eric. Let's discuss. So, in terms of PR, that is a main tactic, right? Is
Yeah.
there anything
Mhm.
else that you want to highlight for the PR part?
PR is important because it helps to build awareness. In this type of brand, the awareness is so important, and the word of mouth is important, and that's why you need to be on these groups, so the parent they will know that you exist, basically, because this product is after 6 8 months, so you constantly need to acquire new parents, constantly need to push to get more customers, and that's something that when we started doing these brand ambassadors, it was not only the PR factor as well, but also social media. So basically, we created different testimonials from mom that they did, and then we start doing some ads, and we start targeting locations. For example, because we launched in Whole Foods, we started doing geolocation, social media ads. And that was helpful because the parent that they found that testimonial when they went to Whole Foods, oh, I saw that brand on
Mm.
that testimonial, I will try. Maybe they will buy one product and my baby will like it, they will back and they will buy two. And that's how we started creating more customers in retail. And
Wow.
that's something but we were using these testimonials, these brand ambassadors, that was quite genuine and organically way. And we used that, and then we combined this with ads, with social media ads to do that. We have a person that she knows how to do social media, especially on ads, because I'm not an expert in terms of ads in social media. We need that support. But that's why we work together. But without the content, without a good, real, organic content, it's very difficult to get a good approach and to create this type of audience that they will review this video, this testimonial, and they will say, "Oh, wow, yeah, I think this is
Genuine.
this is real," because the videos that we had it wasn't like a produce. We know it was just the video of the mom that's on the kitchen and sharing what the baby's eating. That's what she was doing, and that's the video that we actually share, and that's why the brand started to be more recognized as this is a family brand. The health actually in terms of nutrition. But that was how actually our marketing plan started. And now, of course, we're evolving more because now we have a team that they do more PR, for example, and they know how to do activations.
Mm.
But it's more, let's say, elaborate. How we started, it was the concept, but the concept is still we try to maintain that concept, but maybe in a more professional way. But at the end of the day, is the same concept of having great moms ambassador, great content about sharing the journey. And in the morning, what you're doing in the morning, in the afternoon, when you are going to the park, what you're doing with the park. Oh, I'm taking little Inca because my baby's hungry between the meals, so I want that she can eat something because on the playground she's running all day. So all these kind of things, we really want to share that journey so parents will know that, oh, okay, actually little Inca can help me on winning my baby. And that's one of the messages that we try to share with parents. Though, of course, we want to share that, oh, this is healthy, you have the protein and so on. But at the end, parents also like this emotional connection.
Mm.
What actually the mission of Vitolinka? What is actually the purpose? And the purpose is, we're here to help you out. We're here to on your winning journey. We know that some days it's not easy, and those days we are here. Trust on us, and that's why our motto. Trusted by moms, endorsed by scientists, approved by babies. Because I think that three core message just encapsulate all these elements that we're trying to convey.
Right, all the main um, key reasons why you should be trying, right? Because all the main actors are approving somehow, baby's mom and scientists. And I have to say one thing. One of the things that really stayed with me when I met you, we had
Mm-hmm.
a lovely conversation, but it was the
Yeah,
fact that your baby was drinking or eating
yeah,
little Inca.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that is something that it's important to to show us
Mm.
that you as the founder trusted so much that your own baby is uh,
Yeah,
having it as a
yeah,
normal thing every day.
exactly. Yeah, so every day that we're going out, even at home, we mix with Little Inca. For example, we do pancakes at home and we put Little Inca as well because we know about the nutrition and my baby love it. And when we're going out, the same, we're taking with us our products, and then I know that she's what she's taking, and that for me that's a relief as a maybe not as a founder, but as a parent. Oh, and my baby is eating because today she woke up at 5 a.m. and she didn't want to eat because it's teething now. And when it's teething the babies, they are not want to eat more. So that's why when we have this type of product with me going out and she's eating, oh, great, she's eating. Perfect. So that type of relief is like this our mission. We help parents on the winning journey.
And it's sitting. You mentioned something before that is so true as well in the beginning. I'm going off topic, but it's becoming more and more important in my life as well, in our life, which is every time we buy something, you name it, hummus or whatever. I mean, if you think of juices, that's another level. But if you look at the back and the ingredients, and maybe
Mm,
hummus has 10%, 5% chickpeas, and then you have all
yeah.
these regulators and agents that add that. So as a dad, I mean, I can imagine you are really comfortable just making sure you.
Yeah, exactly. So we were very careful about the label and the ingredients. And one of our products is quinoa hummus, for example. And we have, I would say, 25% of quinoa and 20% of chickpeas. So actually, half of the product is quinoa and chickpeas.
Oh,
And you try, you actually you taste the chickpeas. You taste, oh, this is actually this very it's a nutrient dense type of composition. So actually, and when you're eating, well, you feel full. That's something that is just not something liquid. It's something full that babies, okay, can, even though they don't eat a full pouch, let's say, if they eat half of the pouch, it's still a good amount. But sometimes some babies they want to try something and then they don't want to eat because some days babies they are teething or they are constipated, so different things. And if they want to eat something, maybe they can try a little Inca, and if they eat, like let's say half or even third of little Inca, they will get the good nutrients.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, let me ask you about Amazon because that
Mhm.
is behemoth, like a huge thing, but it's a monster on itself. It's like a search engine, literally for finding products. And when you launched there the first time, that was back in 2020. You mentioned it was the pandemic. There were many other companies as well going online. How did you make sure you were different in Amazon? What was the strategy at first, and how did it develop over time?
So when we started on Amazon, we put all our SKUs there, but we would make sure about the keywords. So you need to put some keywords, and I started doing by my own ads to understand how the platform works. So it's like a type of bidding system. So you bid, let's say you put 10p on this keyword, and maybe another company will put 15, so they are winning. So when a person will type that keyword, that brand will appear more. So I was trying to find the right combination in terms of bidding, in terms of keywords, and that's basically research. And at that time, I had this Amazon account, and there is actually a manager that is helping you on the ad. So I was collecting data in order to find the keywords, but at what time in the day, because it depends on the day. So I know that the parents they are busy in the morning, but after the baby is sleeping, they are using the phone or they are trying to buy stuff or they're trying to search new stuff, looking for new products. That's the time where I was trying to bid more in order to get more attention. So the parent, what they are searching, maybe we appear first, and that's the technique that we use the most to make sure that when the parent is available on the phone, we are there. And we did a mix of different keywords, but also that what helped us is when we got, let's say, a discount on Amazon, we shared that content to our mom's group and they were resharing to their own network. So that resharing and with the Amazon hashtag,
Mm.
one of the algorithm of Amazon is that they can track if the sales is coming from, let's say, a social media platform. I don't know how, but there is a search that they know who's coming, like a new person going to Amazon to buy stuff because maybe that person doesn't have a Prime account. They have an Amazon account, but maybe not a Prime account. Not all consumers have Prime account. So there is a way how they do this traceability. And if the person is coming from outside, let's say, journey than the original journey to buy on Amazon, your account is getting higher rate, and your account starts to get more visible. So that's why it's getting better and better. Now, for example, we are working with an amazing agency, and they have like a system, like an AI system that connects to Amazon, and basically is a tool that helps to understand the bidding system, the right keyword, the time, in order to create more traffic. And for example, now if you type baby food on Amazon, little link appears first now.
Oh,
So if you go down to Amazon, put baby food, we are there first. But that's because we've been building the platform for several years. And also reviews. Reviews is social proof, the online social proof is critical, because the first thing that the consumer will do when they will go to Amazon or any type of online platform to buy a product, they will check the reviews. So we make sure that we have a good reviews, but we have good amount of review, because 1, 2, or 3, 5 is not good enough. We try all the time, even to our moms group, please buy our product, give us a review, give us. So we are pushing reviews, get reviews. Now we have per SKU 140 reviews now. So wow, that's quite good. And we are around about four, something like that, which is good amount, especially for the level of reviews. And because constantly we are driving traffic, one of the things that Amazon really likes is that if you appear on the top 10 bestsellers, so Amazon, they have a way to track the amount of boxes, let's say, and the amounts of traffic that they are doing to your brand. Since last year, actually, we've been number first on Amazon with one or two SKUs that we have. That helped us to get better rating in our product. That's why when you type baby food, appear first now. But that was a process that we've been working quite a lot, actually, keywords, timing, how to drive traffic, because we can invest actually on Google. I think it helps, but the thing is, in terms of return, probably Amazon is better, because now I think 70% of consumers, they're going directly to Amazon to buy it. Before was going to Google, went to find something, and then I go to Amazon. No, now they're going directly to Amazon, and that's something really good. That's why the acquisition that we have is we're doing constantly acquisition on Amazon to get more customers.
Wow, okay, so that's a very good vision of yours, because it's true that for certain things people do search online, maybe informational content. When it comes to transactional, maybe when you want to hire a service, but when it comes to buying a product, I think me too. Like I first go to Amazon. It's like the place to be for the best brand as well, right?
Yeah, to find new stuff. Okay, what is new stuff? Just type the word, and you have all the list of products. But if you appear first, you're more likely that people will click there and then will buy it. And how the Amazon ads works is that it's not like they were charging you if they do click. They need to do click, but also need to buy it. So that's actually quite good. So you need to do click and you buy it, and then they start charging the Amazon marketing ads.
So they don't charge you based on traffic to the product page. They charge you based on whenever they buy.
Yeah.
That is really good. Do they penalize you if you don't, if people don't actually buy and you get many clicks? Maybe they increase the cost per click.
No, could be. The Amazon algorithm is changing all the time. To be honest, it's sometimes quite difficult to track. But yes, I mean, you can get penalized with different things. Like for example, even if you have the product in in the warehouse for a long time and it's not, the rate of sale is not too high, they will charge you, or they will penalize you, for spending the period. So that's why you need to make sure that you have the right volume, the right clicks, the right traffic, the right keywords, all these components need to be in place in order to make sure that, okay, you have a good rotation on Amazon. But that's that you need to build Amazon. You need to build, but one of the good things is that once you have a proven record on Amazon, let's say in one country, you can expand to other regions using the same platform because you can have access to 10 countries actually on Amazon. So that's the good thing. So we launched in the UK, we just launched in Amazon Germany as well, and now we want to launch in the Netherlands because we can you just copy and paste the same SKU. Of course, you need to have additional steps to do it, but it's possible to do it, and that's why we can expand on Amazon, online in Europe. That's one of the goals that we're working now.
Right, so you can somehow extrapolate the success of the UK into other countries, basically. That is really good. I love how all the strategy goes around the organic angle. So going with word of mouth with moms, with the communities, working really slowly and strategically Amazon to make sure that you rank on the top as high as possible, as quickly as possible by sharing the link to that, so that Amazon could notice the fact that you are bringing people from outside. Let me ask you, do you have any other platforms that you use? Have you used Facebook, Instagram,
We
TikTok?
we use Instagram, TikTok. We'll start doing more TikTok actually, but our main platform I would say is Instagram. They have a good options to buy as well on Instagram. You can put the products and you can buy directly from Instagram as well. So Instagram is a quite good platform because moms are using more Instagram. It's easy to share, easy to do stories and so on. So we're using more that platform. We have our own website as well. We have Shopify, and we're using Shopify as well. But we're investing more on Amazon because people basically go there to Amazon. People they're searching there. You need to be there so people can see your brand basically.
Amazing. We are about to finish because I also know that you have to go. And just to finish, I think it will be interesting for you to share. This everything you achieved is amazing, but you mentioned navigating the difficultness, and you did have difficultness, complexity in your life right after graduation, trying to find, because you told me this when we met, trying to find investment, trying to push for this to happen, and you were living with friends. Can you please share a bit of it so that the audience can?
Yeah, so basically, I finished the MBA in March 2018. In order to develop company here in the UK, I needed to have a visa, a type of business visa, let's say. But I found out that this is a type of application that you need to do, that you need to apply basically. And one of the things that I did, I was contact a lot with the Manchester Business School, but also the Manchester Enterprise. They actually advised me, Eric, I think you should apply to this, because I think you'll be able to get it. So I built my application. So in addition to develop the idea, in addition to get investment, okay, but if I don't have the rights, this won't happen. That's for sure. So I need to do that first. So I prepare a lot for this. I did my application. Hopefully I got the visa. I got the entrepreneurship visa to do business in the UK. That's the main thing. But I had my savings and I was thinking, okay, I have this. Now I don't have any restriction because I got the visa, I got everything. So what stopped me? Actually, it was me. And I, at that time, built quite good network. And I was, very, confident, and I have this amazing mindset to say, what, I think this can happen. I think now I got the visa, I got this, and got my savings that will last for, let's say, 10 months. So yeah, let's push this. So back then I was living in London already, and most of my friends they were coming here, and basically I was just pushing, and I was going to too much network, and was thinking, you know what, 2 3 months I will get investment, so that will help me to get the traction and the track record that I needed. And that was wrong because it took so long. It was February, March, April, May, June, July. Luckily, I got like a contractor job in a consultancy company, and that was very very helpful because helped me to get additional cash in order to pursue the idea to get investment. And then point where I think we're nearly August, September. I think there's no much cash now. So I was thinking, okay, well, now what I'm doing. And then because most of my friends, when I was living in London at the time, they were staying at my place because they were looking for a job, basically. So I have friends all the time in my flat. And then at the end, my friend that was living with him, he need to go to work in the Netherlands, so he need to leave the country basically. So that's why I just went to Airbnb momentarily to get to where to stay. And then my good friends that they were staying with me before, and I was every time we're going to the pub and we're sharing, how's it going, how the investment is going on, doing this and this and oh, but where are you staying? No, I'm staying here. Oh no, stay with us, Eric. Come to us. So then I stayed with friends, and it was amazing because everyone was sharing everything. They were start working actually. They started working in banks, in corporates, so they're doing really well. I was with my friends, sleeping in the sofa, and we have such an amazing journey. And I think timing was right. And then luckily I met an investor in Peru back then. It was a few years ago, and turns out that investor came to London, and I saw a post that he did on Facebook. That's how we started talking, and then I shared to him, no, I'm doing this. Eric, really, that's great, that's a good idea. He was very interested on that idea actually, and then he actually was quite serious on this. And Eric, so what is the process now? I mean, you got some investment now? No, not yet. I'm still looking. But to be honest, I was telling him, I think probably need to back to Peru because I didn't get the investment yet. Oh, really? And then he suggested, let's have a meeting. Do you have your deck? Yes, I have my deck. Okay, let's have a meeting. Really? Yes, let's have a meeting. Okay. So I brought my partner. My partner. We had a call on Monday, like a 2 hours call, and really, really, really good call, and talking about the potential. Because at that time we didn't have a brand. We just have the concept and the idea. No brand, no track record, no. Actually, we didn't even have traction in the sense of to samples to parents or feedback from parents. Those some ideas, and that's it. But I think that's very important for startups. That part of the idea is the person, that they actually invest on the person. At the end of the day, if that person can deliver or not. The thing, I was lucky enough that person knew me for years and knew that I was doing this and that and trying to study and trying to do this. So he believes that at least there is a track record on this. And we got a meeting on Monday. Then we got another meeting on Friday, and we agree on Friday the terms in terms of investment. And then Monday, just got the capital in my bank account, and then I set up the company, and then start working as hard as we can. But that's why I think I got on my bank account like 500 pounds, something like that.
A real entrepreneurial story. I think you have to go around, and especially universities, Eric. You've been to Manchester, right? And I think it's good for people to actually hear what's the actual journey of an entrepreneur and how stressful it can get, right? Because when we are in uni, like everything looks great, You set up a business, everyone wants to be a
Yeah,
businessman.
exactly. Everything looks easy, but it's not. I mean, it was really hard. But at the same time, I enjoy so much, even though I think it's different. I think the mindset is a bit different. So I was talking with my friend. They are working in banks, they're wearing suits, very fancy. And I was going to the pub, with my shorts and with the flip flops, and they like, and then basically they were quite in the sense worried. Eric, what you will do now? I mean, what happens if you don't get the investment? I said, but why do you think I will get investment? I think I will get investment, but I had that, I think at the time, naive or genuine confidence that no, this will happen, but I need more time. So that was always,
You believed it, right?
yeah, the mindset, because you can get quite easily the negative thoughts. Say, oh, you know what, don't do this because, yeah, and also I got some offers. Yeah, I got some offers to work right away after the university. It's not like I didn't have any offers. It's like, okay, why I can choose? I can choose this path, or maybe I can choose this path that don't have any idea how I will do. I was so excited doing that. And I was like, wow, let's go for this. There is no any doubt. But of course, then you think backwards. Well, there must be. I mean, this is not the mindset that help you out to go there and to jump basically, and to say, oh, you know what, let's try it. And if I meet good people in the way, and luckily I met such an amazing people on the whole journey that really helped me out, to have more ideas or to get investment or to reach new markets and all these things. It's just but it also is time, and sometimes it takes more time than you think, and you need to realize that you need to accept that, you know what, maybe it's not now, but maybe it will happen the next, and then you need to keep going. And but also you need to be quite honest with you to say, you know what, maybe this won't work, maybe this will work. So but on the journey you have that questions all the time, even until now. I mean, it's not like it's still the new brand. We're still in the process, we're still, you know, working really hard, but that's how actually started. And once we got the initial capital, yeah, we start pushing, you know, in order to get a factory, in order to get another investor as well, you to help us on the UK market and so on. And then you start building. But how it started, you know, it was at the beginning like a fun way to do, you know, and all the time that we met with friends, Eric, how's things going? Oh, I'm doing this, I'm meeting this person, and then at the end when I got investment, we had such a nice fun with all my friends. I got investment, you know, great. And then it was fun to share with the friends, and especially that most of my good friends that studied with me in Manchester, most of them they moved to London, so we built a nice community, and all these good friends that we have now, most of them they have babies now. So
Ah,
all they are eating little Inca. So it's not that they're actually living all the experience, and then they're giving to their babies as well. I want to try little Inca with my baby. Harry, my baby loves your product. So it's nice to feel like a nice community, small community that we have here in London, but it's become like a nice family because they've been with me since the university. They know all the whole journey, and now that they have babies, now trying the product is great actually.
I think this will need to end with something we say in Spain, which is bravo, bravissimo, no? It's like an amazing story, and how important it is to have a good network of friends as well, and persevering over time. I mean, I think it's a story to share. I hope many people get to see this, Eric. So I would like to thank you so much for being in this podcast, for sharing everything you had to share. I think it was very insightful. And I really hope we can do something, more personal. Maybe we can make a video in the future when things evolve for Little Inca in Germany and the US, but more in person, something that can be more personal as well. I would love to.
Yeah, more than happy to do it, and thank you, Dodro, for have this platform to share all these insights that I have so far. Sometimes it's good to remember all this, you know, because on the
Yes.
day you just forget what's happened before, and now we're thinking, well, actually, there are things that we did in the past, and now we're still going, and we're still pushing. It still is hard, you know, but at least that's how it started, you know.
That's amazing. It's good to remember all the time it took and effort so that you can enjoy more the present, right? Or the thing that
Yeah,
you
exactly.
built.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, Eric, and I hope to see you soon.
Perfect. Have a good day.
Bye.
Cheers.